Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Well, I have been meaning to do one of these channel update vlog style videos for quite a long time now, as I've got multiple things on the go channel wise at the moment, and I want to share with you some updates currently where I'm at. If you want to skip to something specific on this update, I have a running order with times next to it somewhere on the screen now. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and please let me know in the comments what you think. All feedback is welcome, and I genuinely do appreciate the time people take to get in touch. At the end of May, I released a video on the channel about my 1 year with the Mirka Deros sander and the issues I've been having with it. If you haven't already seen it and decide to click on the link to watch, you may wish to read through the comments, which kind of opened up a small can of worms, and it appears that it's not only me who's been experiencing these issues. Well, Mirka also saw this video and reached out to me. After a little bit of dialogue over email, I've been invited to visit their training and development centre in the UK next month, COVID rules permitting. I have to be honest, I'm really looking forward to this, as it's been something that I've never experienced before, and I'll probably never get an opportunity like this again. To make full use of this in the comment section here, I can't promise I can get an answer, but if you'd like to leave a question that I could put to the folk at Mirka, then please leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. If there's enough interest, I could always do a follow-up video outlining the visit and maybe a subsequent Q&A. In the videos and social media, I've always used the hashtag one-handed woodworking. Well, when starting out the channel, as some of you know, it was just as much about a physical and mental coping strategy about how my life had changed. At the time, I could never imagine it would grow into what it has become now. As a result of this growth, I've decided I'll be using the hashtag DISABILITYWOODWORKING to any future video or social media, just for the following reasons. Recently, I've been experiencing rather unexpected positives to arise from the YouTube channel. 2 months ago, a lady from the Access to Work team in the UK got in touch with me to ask for some advice. For those folk not in the UK, Access to Work is a government-led scheme that helps people returning to work following a change in their lives. The lady who got in touch said one of her clients was a young apprentice carpenter who'd lost his right hand from the wrist down, and would I be able to offer any advice or recommendations for adaptations in the workshop that might be able to assist him. I was happy to do this and provided some suggestions which were gratefully received. Then, 2 weeks ago, I received an email from an occupational therapist from a neurological rehabilitation centre who'd been researching disability woodworking online and come across my channel. One patient she'd recently taken on was a gentleman who'd lost the use of his right side, but was a very keen hobbyist woodworker and was desperate not to give this up. She was trying to find some solutions to help support him, and again, I was happy to provide some suggestions based on my experience over the last couple of years, which she was very grateful for. In our email conversations, I've also offered to provide any advice to their team for any future referrals. Now, to imagine 12 or 18 months ago I'd be in this position to help and support others who may have suffered life-changing injuries would have been completely beyond my comprehension. Out of anything I've done YouTube channel-wise since my accident, these two stories are head and shoulders above anything else that I am most proud of, as to know what I've experienced recently can somehow help and support others is such a great source of personal pride. I've had a few questions and comments recently about my modular workshop build and how it's coming along. Well, to be honest, unfortunately things have ground to a bit of a halt. I have actually completed all the modular side panels a few weeks back. However, I'm not been in a position to get the groundwork started yet. I'm currently waiting on my neighbour who's kindly offered to level off the area for the workshop, but they've been unable to do this as of yet. What I have decided to do though is to make the timber frame base also in a modular method, which would hopefully allow me to assemble the workshop once the groundworks are completed in quite a quick and efficient method. It's simply a case of watch this space for future videos about the build. In 4 weeks I've got a week off from my real world job, and I'd love to be able to assemble the video for the workshop in that week. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens. As some viewers have spotted in my recent videos, I have acquired a Festool TS55 tracksaw. After deciding to upgrade my tracksaw, I narrowed my choices down to one of two. The Dewalt Tracksaw, which I watched a great review by KarlPopeWoodcraft, and the Festool. To be honest, I was leaning towards the Dewalt. However, when I saw the price reductions for the TS55, there was minimal difference in price between the two. Having already owned and been very impressed with the Festool products I've already bought, I went with the TS55 and I have to say it is an exceptional piece of kit. My previous WorkZone Tracksaw served its purpose really well, but when I initially bought the WorkZone, I didn't even really know whether a Tracksaw would be any good for me. Trialling it out with a budget brand is a great way of figuring out whether a tool is right for you or not, and you may decide to upgrade, and if it isn't, it's no great loss. Another purchase I've recently made is the Shepak HS1100S plate compactor. Hardly the type of tool to be talking about on a maker's or a woodworker's channel, however I thought I'd let you know for the following reason. I knew I was going to need to hire a plate compactor for the groundworks of my workshop build. Having priced this up with my local tool hire company, the Shepak appeared in the Aldi special buys section for £299. Now just to clarify here, this is the genuine Shepak model and not Aldi's own Ferex version. I decided to buy it because it then means I can take my time with the groundworks and not be stressing about rushing into getting it finished because the tool hire has to be returned. But more importantly, and I'm pointing this out to you, it's because the exact same plate compactor model currently retails on Toolstation website for £498. My theory being, once it's finished for the one job I need it for, I could sell it for close to getting my money back, as Aldi only stock these once or twice a year, and the retail prices for these elsewhere are a hell of a lot more than what I paid for it. At the start of the year, I returned to what I call my real world job, not long before the world as we know it now changed quite dramatically. Although I'm now back in work, I've decided to return in a 4-day-a-week capacity. Two reasons for this. I wanted to focus quite specifically still on my recovery and rehabilitation, but also to devote some more time to becoming a maker and content creator. I'm hoping to make this a small part-time business and we'll see how it progresses over the next 12 months. What I really would appreciate is any of you guys out there in the UK have any advice on setting up and becoming a sole trader and could spare 5 minutes through a chat, through email or a conversation. My contact details for email or social media are in the description down below. Just for your information, I've started to become more active on 2 social media platforms of Instagram and Facebook. I've been using these to post some pictures of various things I've been up to and also some mini builds I've done which would not warrant a YouTube build video. If you're interested in following any of these links, I'll leave a link in the description. The final slot for the channel update is I've been toying with the idea of doing a Ask Me Anything blog style video. To be honest, the reason I'm thinking of doing this is I've enjoyed watching these types of videos from my YouTube friends Karl Pope and Keith Brown, and most notably a live streamed one from Karl, Mr. Strawbite. Now I wouldn't have the bottle to do a live stream like Karl did, but if it's something you'd like to see for a future video, then let me know in the comments section and I'll do a short video asking for your questions with a follow-up video trying to give you some candid and honest answers. And that's pretty much about it. Next week coming up, I've got part 2 of my Is Epoxy Resin Suitable for Outdoor Projects video, where I give the results of my experiment that has been running for the last 4 months. As ever, take care everyone, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.